June this year of a fine Canberran, Joan Mary Kellett, OAM. When I read of Joan's passing, I thought it was important to share a little bit about her. Joan's obituary described her as a loved and loving mother, grandmother, aunt, and special and good friend. Joan's obituary goes on to say that Joan was passionate about her home Canberra, contributing significantly to the community. Joan's impact on Canberra was so significant that she's featured in a number of different media appearances. On the ABC program Stateline a few years ago, Joan spoke of coming to Canberra in 1960, when Canberra still had that country town feel. Joan and her husband Harry moved to Dixon, and the closest shops were in Ainslie. In describing her experience, Joan said, "There was no Dixon. Everything was delivered to your door. The greengrocer, the dry cleaner, the butcher, the baker, all came to the street. Everybody would come out. This is how you met people. This was how you networked in your street." Joan was not one to shy away from challenges relating to her arrival in Canberra without family and as an opportunity to make or break you. We warmed to the people, and the people, I gathered, warmed to us. Joan embraced her neighbours and the broader Canberra community. This humble, unassuming, take things as they are approach was summed up by Tim Gavel in the City News on the 17th of August 2011. Joan, in 1967, wanted to enrol her children into a Learn to Swim program. The only problem was that Dixon's swimming pool didn't have a Learn to Swim program, so Joan established one. What started as a simple gesture to ensure her children received swimming lessons evolved into a more than 40-year relationship with swimming. Joan presided over the sport for 20 years. In 2011, Joan was inducted into the ACT Sport Hall of Fame for her contribution to swimming in the ACT. However, it wasn't just swimming that Joan embraced. Joan also served as chair and board member to many community groups, including the North Canberra Community Council, North Ainslie Primary School, Turner Primary School, Lynham High, Dixon College, the ACT Council of P&C Associations, the ACT Schools Authority, YMCA and Friends of Albert Hall. In her spare time, Joan also volunteered with Girl Guides ACT and Alzheimer's ACT. As well as her induction into the ACT Sport Hall of Fame, in 2003, Joan received the Order of Australia Medal for service to swimming and her service to the community. In 2010, Joan was named Volunteer of the Year at the ACT Sports Star of the Year Awards. Joan was so committed to her community that when self-government was introduced into the ACT, she ran as a candidate for the Residents' Rally in 1989 and then the More Independence Group in 1998. In fact, I note that Michael Moore has written a tribute to Joan in his column in the City News today. As my colleague Ms Lee mentioned in the chamber yesterday, we live in the best city in Australia, and a huge part of what makes our city great is the people that live here. I never met Joan Kellett, but to me she embodies the spirit of those who've helped make Canberra the great city that it is. Vale, Joan Kellett.
Question is the Assembly do now adjourn. Mrs Dunn.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And before I make my own comments, could I add